Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sales with Jay and Ron.
Yep, where we are taking script readers and turning them into pro salespeople.
All right, guys, so for today's topic, we're going to be talking about how to go over a contract with a seller.
First thing, guys, don't just jump in and bring out the contract because most people don't like that. The first thing you want to do is set expectations of what's about to happen.
Exactly. And the way you set that expectation is we already got temp from the seller. We already kind of know where we need to be, and we probably, hopefully know exactly where the seller needs to be. And from there, right? So now the conversation before pulling out the contract, hey, Ronnie, I know you need at least $350,000 for the property. Need a few months to move. I know you're the main decision maker. Just want to make sure we're on the same page. So if we could do the $350,000, close in a couple of months, are you 100% ready to take that next step and move forward?
Yes.
Okay, great. So that next step is now us going to be putting this on paper. Usually what we'll do is we'll have a 20, 30-minute conversation about the agreement so that we're on the same page where we'd kind of read each line together. And then from there, if we felt comfortable, we'd take that next step.
Boom, guys. So you recap everything, make sure that the expectations that the seller has and you have are aligned, right? And then you tell them what's going to happen next, which for us, in our case, is sitting down, reviewing the agreement, and then going line by line and then having everyone sign. So you want to make sure there's no surprises. And if there is another deal killer, that's when you want it to be brought up, not when you're right there at the end and then they bring it up. Don't do that to yourself because you kind of given out all your cards, right? You're setting the expectations and there's something that you're missing. That's when they're probably going to be like, whoa, wait. Me and someone else have to sign. It's not just me. And then you can kind of take a step back and, restart and do what you got to do.
Yeah, and a great way to use that, what Ronnie's talking about, is just go if and then. If we could do this, then this is going to happen. Are you 100% ready? If it's anything but a yes and a certainty, then you're missing something. And that's when you can kind of go find some more deal killers.
Yep. Number 2, make sure that the price and terms are already been agreed upon. So that kind of goes hand in hand with setting expectations. Part of that is you want to make sure that the number that you have anticipated is the number that they've anticipated, and the terms, right? Some people sometimes need a couple months, right, to move their stuff. Some people need you to close, but they need to live there for a month. So then technically they're your tenants. So are you okay with that? Are the people you're working with okay with that? Every situation is different, but you have to make sure that those expectations are aligned.
That's super important.
Yep.
And then lastly, you want to make sure you at least set a half hour to an hour to go over that agreement. So once you agree on price and terms, you want to make sure you either do that now or another time when the seller has the full amount of time you need. So there's no excuses to kind of go over that agreement, read it line by line, and then once they're 100% ready, that's when you can either do it in person, fill out a signed contract, or virtually send out a signed agreement. And just another tip for you guys doing it virtually, make sure you stay on the phone during that process.
Yes.
We've gotten burnt by sending an agreement, hanging up, and then waiting days for the people to hear back. That's when you're chasing the seller.
Yep.
You want to make sure you're in control. So that's why when you're going over this agreement, you read every line to them so that they don't have any further questions about it. So then either the price and terms agree, and if they don't, what else are you missing?
Let's say that you have made that mistake, or let's say you're kind of like, I forget what Jay and Ron said, I'm going to send it anyway. At the very least, set the expectation that, this offer is only there for 24 hours. And after 24 hours, I will no longer be signing this document. I'm not sure if I could buy it after that. So at the very least, if you're not going to do what we're saying, which is don't do that, give a sense of urgency by putting an expiration date on that agreement.
And if you guys want to see more ways to kind of negotiate with the seller to get there, just check out one of our negotiation videos.